I, of course, am the lead commentator of RCW, Pat Genie, and I've been asked by Revolt Championship Wrestling Management to come into this ring and moderate the face-to-face for the World's Championship match next Saturday at Fault Line between Ellis Sky and his challenger Flynn Hall. Now, if either of these men lay hands on the other, the match is canceled. Flynn Hall would lose his championship shot if he touches Ellis Sky, and Ellis Sky would be stripped of the championship if he touches Flynn Hall. So at first, I would like to welcome the RCW champion, Ellis Sky.
Look, Flynn, last week, I am sick.
I'm going to shut up. Just stop talking. Right. Since you want to talk about last week, first of all, let's talk about your cowardice for a start. You think you're so high and mighty to call me out when you walk out after watching me wrestle a classic. Well, I'd call it a classic, but sadly I was wrestling with a nobody. But I'll get back to him I'd say I'd get back to him, but he's in the rear view. So let's just ignore him for now. You want to talk about last week? You want to act all high and mighty to me about leadership, about narcissism. How does it get more narcissistic than coming out to confront your challenger after he's just wrestled a 20-minute match and you don't even give him the chance to speak? But I want to touch on some things that you said last week. It's not narcissism for a start, Ellis Sky. I am just better. That's all it is. You're right. I'm not a leader. I am I'm the goal. I'm where people should be trying to be. So it's not my fault if they're lagging behind. I don't try to be a leader. What I was trying to make clear to you is that wherever I go, it makes people better by comparison. But clearly you don't know anything about that. Because
Okay, Flynn.
you've got to be a special type of idiot to get beat up by Dan Lee.
Oh man, RCW, what do you guys want to talk about? You know? I think I know exactly what we should talk about. We should talk about Flynn Hall. Flynn, you're gonna stand in that very spot. You're gonna let those words fall out of your mouth as if they meant something. And yeah, I talk about your narcissism. Yeah, I talk about your inspiration because you feel that people want to follow behind you. You think people get themselves better because of you, and you say that you are the goal. Sorry to break the news to you, but I'm pretty sure the goal is what I have in my hands, and that is the RCW World Championship. I bled for this championship. I sat there and I went through a whole tournament to get this very said title. And you talk about being coward. You want to talk about cowardice. Who came out right after I went through those series of matches? You did. You wanted to prove a point. You wanted to make sure that I know what your intentions are. So I returned you the favor. I made sure you knew the truths. I made sure you knew what was on stake, what was on the line, what is the cost, because you seem to lose sight of who I am. So yeah, you're good. You beat Isaac. You know, I have to. Congratulations. You got your one back from losing at WrestleVersary 3. You know, and the more I think about it, what have you truly ever done to think that you can sit there and call me out on my name? You weren't even number 2 in the industry. But that isn't even to knock you or anything like that. But honestly, it has to be a hard pill to swallow, right? You kind of have to realize that out of everybody in that faction, you're still here scratching and clawing, needing to make your name a staple here in RCW, huh?
Right. But who's got your attention? Who's in the world title picture? Who's here? Because last time I checked, Hunter Jones isn't on the show. Last time I checked, Jacob Williams is forcing himself against Clarence. Don't get me wrong, I love freedom. I do. Clarence Walker is probably the future of this industry. But let's be honest, if that's how low he's looking, I don't think it's a conversation of being number 2 or number 3. Because I'm here. Not Jacob. Not Hunter. And you want to talk to me about cowardice?
Yes.
I called you a coward
Here you
because
go
the only reason
again.
you're where you are is because you had a bye. If you had to face any of them fresh, they would have beat you. Any man in that tournament would have beat you.
Is that right?
Sir.
Oh, okay, Flynn. Let's rewind a bit. Let's face the facts. Okay, you said I had a bye. Okay, that's true. And that bye wasn't just for no reason. I was the last champion to hold a world title here in RCW. Even after RCW closed, I continued. I took the fans on the journey with me. The journey didn't stop. But the thing is, you sitting here and talking as if you are a threat to me. You are not. You sat there and you was in the Empire title picture for most of your career here in RCW. You hit your ceiling. And when you got the opportunity to become world champion, what happened? You couldn't handle it. You had your limits. You couldn't go past your limits, and you crumbled and you cracked under the pressure. Not me. I love pressure. It's all I know. Blood, sweat, and tears is the only thing that I'm used to when it comes to this ring. And that is the very thing that got me to this title, along with every single one of these fans. If it were not for them, if it was not for my passion and my heart, I would not have this RCW championship. So no matter who comes my way, no matter who sits there in front or across from me, it does not matter. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. When it comes to everything that you got, Flynn, bring your ego. Bring the little fantasy you built in your head that you're going to beat me. Because you're going to need to believe in yourself. You're going to need to believe in every single one of your delusions. You're going to need to do anything that it takes to take this title off of me. Because I'm going to tell you right here, right now, it ain't going to happen. Not while I'm breathing.
See, that's the difference, right? You let it slip there. There is a very distinct difference between me and you. You said it. You brought the people with you. The people are your strength, right? You fight for all of them. You're champion for all of them. The problem is that they don't care if you're champion or not. So you fight for them, where I fight for myself. Call it selfish, call it ego. The truth is though, and I thought you would know this by now, that is how you get to the top. So we can sit here and we can go back and forth and we can keep talking and talking and talking. But at the end of the day, all this is going to end up with is my boot in your temple. And that title around my waist as you look up at the lights.
I got him bad, bad, bad. So tell me what I should say.
And here we go with our first match of the night is in a television championship qualifying match as Chel Gonzalez goes 1-on-1 with Baker Wilcox.
And right now, these two guys wanting to make it all the way to Fault Line to compete for that television championship. Baker Wilcox, who has these past few weeks been trying to team up with T3 and failed to move on in the tag title tournament last week.
Yeah, but this week he has the opportunity to get his singles career back going again and enter the television title match, which we saw two qualifying matches last week when Tristan Sinister qualified, and we also had qualified... Who else qualified last week? I can't think of it off the top of my head for some reason.
Ryder Vex.
Ryder Vex. I'm sorry about that.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a long day.
And look at this, Pat. Chel Gonzalez is in there really holding his own with a former world champ, and now T3 is getting himself involved.
Yeah, T to the power of 3 distracting Chel Gonzalez. Oh, Chel, I think, saw it coming. Oh!
Spear!
What a spear from Gonzalez, just about ripping Baker Wilcox in half with a leg sweep.
Oh, Baker Wilcox, he got hit with that earlier in the match. It was just good scouting by Wilcox to get him up. Beautiful driver.
Wilcox, the axe handle to the back of the head of Gonzalez. Gonzalez counters. Now springboard. Oh my God!
Phoenix! What a maneuver there by Chel.
A double stomp to the chest of Wilcox, sending him to the center of the ring. Springboard once again with that Phoenix splash.
And Chel Gonzalez earlier in the match, I said he was holding his own. Right now, he is firmly in the driver's seat. Baker really needs to turn this thing around if he wants to move on to pay-per-view.
What is Chel doing here?
They're looking something. It's caught,
Big
though.
drop kick. Gonzalez, you gotta think this is a huge opportunity for him to get into his first title match. Baker Wilcox hasn't seemed to be the same guy that we've seen. He is a lot older. Baker Wilcox is not a young man. Baker Wilcox, I don't know exactly his age. He's always worn a mask, but I can tell you just from what I do know, Baker's not a young guy. So Baker kind of maybe out of his prime at this point.
I do understand kind of what you're saying, Pat, but it does look like Baker is starting to maybe turn the tides of this match a little bit, but Chel Gonzalez, maybe I spoke too soon, just shutting down anything that Baker tries to get rolling.
Just that youthful energy of Chel Gonzalez. Big power slam. Taking down Wilcox, who's just struggling to get rolling in this match.
Gonzalez now. Oh, Baker, that's a huge opportunity now. Slingshots him on the ropes. Gonzalez is up, though. And man, just won't get off of Baker. And again, that springboard Phoenix splash lands flawlessly as T3 is forced to just watch on.
What's he going for here? What a frog splash by Chel Gonzalez. Cover on Wilcox. 1, 2, no. Baker kicks out.
Champ gets the shoulder up.
Gotta wonder what Baker Wilcox is thinking, though. The failure that he had in the tag. No, that's a good point. But what would a normal person think if they were Baker Wilcox with some of the struggles that has been going on with T to the power of 3 as his new tag team partner? Not really working out so far. Gotta wonder what could be next.
Things have definitely not been going the way that Baker Wilcox would have liked since RCW reopened its doors at Rebirth. But like I said a second ago, Baker Wilcox doesn't really come across as the kind of guy who thinks, and I honestly don't think that's what's getting to him tonight. I think it's just the pure athletic ability of Chel Gonzalez, and it's just bringing this fight to Baker.
Well, you can say that he doesn't think. You can say, like I was saying, that he may be a little bit out of his prime athletically, but Baker Wilcox is still a tough son of a bitch. Baker Wilcox can still take a beating and hold on, even if he does struggle to get his own offense in at times.
Baker with a huge bicycle knee strike. I have understood. I get what you're saying. Baker is able to. He is hanging on. It's not like this is a complete wash. Baker is still finding openings. Look at that jumping savate kick. And he's mauling Gonzalez in there.
Gonzalez really just feeling Baker Wilcox's offense right now. Baker's finally getting himself back in a position in this match where it looks like he has a chance. What's he going for here?
Baker to the outside.
What is he doing?
Not too sure. T3's doing something. T3's under the ring. He's got that baseball bat.
Oh, big double foot stomp by Chel. But then he's now going back into the ring.
I think T3's trying to offer Baker that baseball bat, but he doesn't want to take it. Baker's up,
back
though.
to his feet. Oh, what a kick by Wilcox.
Drops him.
What's he doing here?
Baker. Again. Baker takes the baseball bat. He might use it. No, he doesn't want it. He's going back to old reliable steel chair.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Baker, you pig, gets caught with a leg sweep. Steel chair is still in the ring.
Oh!
Take it out. But here is a Dragon Slayer.
And that is it. Chel Gonzalez advances to the fatal 4-way match for the television championship at Fault Line with a huge win in his debut over Baker Wilcox.
lot has happened these last few weeks since RCW reopened its doors, and I made my RCW debut and won this Intercontinental Championship in that debut. See, I got a lot of things on my mind and quite a few things that I got to get off my chest. But before that, I need to address what needs to be addressed, and that is every single person in this arena. I want to say thank you guys for having my back. I know that I'm new to this, but I'm glad that each and every one of you has supported me and allowed me to be your Intercontinental Champion. I promise for you guys that as long as I hold this title, I will be the fighting champion that you all deserve. Last week on Honor, Austin Chandler made it very clear that he has noticed me. He has accounted for me. See, Austin Chandler is a man who is a former world champion. He is the leader of arguably the greatest tag team of all time in RCW, Legion. And he is all around a legend. Last week, Austin Chandler presented me with an offer that I have thought heavily about, but an offer I don't have an answer for yet. That's not why I'm out here tonight. That can wait for another day. The reason why I'm out here tonight is Aaron, the RC. See, Aaron, last week, you decided to come out here and badmouth me to all these people, to all these fans. Aaron, you keep calling me a poser, but the only thing you've posed as these last few weeks, Aaron, is a whiny bitch who lost to me on pay-per-view. 2 weeks ago on Honor, the first Honor in 4 years, in the main event, it was you and me. And what did you do, Aaron? You cheated. You threw out everything that you value over these last few years. You threw all your integrity out the window to get a win over me. I guess that just goes to show how under your skin I have gotten, Aaron, and I love to hear that. You had to take those turnbuckle pads off, and you had to throw me into exposed steel to get the pin over me. Last week, you laid out a challenge to me, Aaron. Obviously, I accept your challenge for an Intercontinental Championship match at Fault Line. No questions, no doubt. But it's going to be under my terms and my conditions, Aaron. So here's the deal. After this match, I don't want to see your face again, and I don't want there to be any confusion on who the better man between us is, Aaron. So that's why at Fault Line, it's going to be Aaron DRC challenging me, Elijah Casey, the Intercontinental Champion, for my title in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Aaron, I highly recommend that you go back to your old ways and bring your A game, because I promise I'm going to bring mine, and there's no way that you'll be able to beat me.
And this Tag Team Championship semi-final match is underway, as the winner of this match will face Legion in the finals, which we did find out earlier this week on Fight Night.
That's right. This week on Fight Night, the returning episode, Legion was able to take down the Naughty List to move on to the title match at Fault Line. And right now, we have the Mystic Dawn and Apex. Of course, the Apex received a first-round bye to immediately advance to the semifinals.
You gotta think that could be something to assist them, but it's also been a long time since the Apex have been in action. They were the WAW Tag Team Champions, and they were also the first team since the industry to beat Legion in tag team competition whenever they did win those WAW tag titles.
I gotta agree with you, Pat. The Apex is definitely a well-established team in RCW, but to get to your first point, like you said, it has been a long time since we've seen the Apex in competition, whereas the Mystic Dawn got to go 2-on-2 last week on Honor against Concussion Protocol. So could that play a factor into this match?
It's a great question. The Mythic Dawn have had some recent matches. They have been active more than the Apex, but you gotta wonder, the Apex have known each other their entire lives. They've been friends their entire lives. They grew up together And that's always something that could come into a factor in tag team matchups.
Look at this now. Alex Tahara just being stomped out. Fighting back into it.
Tahara, oh, what a patella drop brainbuster to Luke Cameron.
Picking Cameron up, looking to follow up on that attack. Sends him into the corner with Silas Moonchild. Just waiting on, and the tag is made. Here comes Moonchild.
What's he going for here? What a knee drop. And speaking of the Mythic Dawn, we saw Hunter Andrews make his RCW return as well on Fight Night. What a showing we saw from the former Empire champion.
Absolutely. Came in there and defeated an RCW legend, Yamamoto, in relatively short order. Believe me when I say the Mythic Dawn have been making a statement since the return of RCW.
This, of course, the Mythic Dawn's second tag team match. Huge one for them against the Apex tonight. Don't forget, speaking of Yamamoto, Yamamoto will be in action tonight against Noah White, a former friend of Yamamoto, but the two haven't really been getting along as of late in the backstage area, so they will be going one-on-one tonight. Oh, and Elliot Hayes taking advantage of the close proximity and catching Silas Moonchild, and Luke Cameron taking advantage.
Look at this. Tag made. Here comes Hayes.
Hayes just repeatedly dropping the knee on the face of Silas Moonchild.
And look at the geography in the ring. The Apex is keeping Moonchild far away from Tahara, and that's such a smart strategy in a tag match like this when you're going up against a guy like Silas Moonchild, when you're going up against a team like the Apex. You gotta keep him far away, turn this into a handicap match.
And the Apex, they said they wanted to drag the Mythic Dawn into the deep water. They wanted to drag them to the spot where it's hard for them to breathe. They said on social media that is where the Apex thrive. They thrive in those high pressure situations, and we're gonna see if the Mythic Dawn are able to survive that tonight.
Right now it is looking like it as Moonchild is fighting back into this match. What a side slam. Turning the tides of this matchup as he tags his partner in.
And an elbow drop, almost to the jaw it looked like, of Luke Cameron. Oh, Elliot Hayes once again getting involved.
Harlow not going to take it. Gets Hayes right off the apron.
Now turning his attention back to Luke Cameron. Luke Cameron, though, jawbreaker.
You think the time that he took his eyes off of Luke Cameron allowed Cameron to find an opening and get that jawbreaker in?
Oh, 100%. He gave him the time that he needed. The time that he needed just to kind of get himself back together. That's such a mistake there by Tahara. Once again, the Apex, as they said they were gonna do, dragging the Mythic Dawn into the deep waters exactly where they want him, dragging them to the apex, no pun intended, of this match.
I absolutely agree with you. The Apex has done nothing tonight but prove exactly why they were at the position they were at back in RCW, back about 4 years ago, when they were able to take down Legion. Right now, Alex Tahara, again, fights into it. And he's got to get this match to his corner. He's going to do just that.
Tag back into Silas Moonchild. This is exactly what they needed at the moment. Big swinging neck breaker by
Nice
Moonchild
move
to Elliot Hayes.
Sends him to the corner again. Tried to make a tag there, but nice strategy though.
Keeping him in the corner is the best way to go in a tag team action. Because even when Hayes was able to get the elbow out, Tahara was able to be right there to stop him from getting away from their corner. Oh, big spine buster from Elliot Hayes. But Dahara right there to break up the pinfall.
You gotta be more mindful of where you are in the ring. I mean, Elliot Hayes went for that pin right in front of Alex Dahara's face. Looks like these two are staring each other down.
That may have been a mistake though in itself.
Now
I went for a chop.
Oh, spoke too soon. These two going back and forth. There's that spinning side slam.
Moonchild got Hayes back to his feet. Now looking to send him back into the corner. Tag made into Dahara.
These two are so well synchronized, man. Just working like a perfect unit.
What's he looking to do here? Oh, Elliot Hayes counters. Ooh, what a big strike there by Hayes.
Then drops the leg and does it again.
Hayes. Ooh, what a spine buster. Oh, now going after Moonchild. Moonchild with a forearm. Getting in the ring.
Gets caught,
oh, getting caught.
Oh, my God. Double underhook butterfly. Oh, my
Big
God.
pile driver by Elliot Hayes. Hayes going back after Moonchild. Oh, maybe very wise sending him out of the ring.
Tag made for Cameron. What are we about to see?
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Spiked him! Spike, pile driver, 1, 2, 3. And the Apex will go on to the tag team title match against Legion.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, it feels good to be out here, free from the shackles forced upon me. But I'd be lying if I said that that weight wasn't fully off my shoulders yet. See, for those of you who have been living under a rock for the past 6 years, I've been dragged down a little bit more than you know. See, for my entire RCW career, I've been on a mission to right the wrongs done to me. And now this weekend at Fault Line, I get my chance to make up for the past. WrestleVersary 3 is said and done. There's nothing I can do about that. But Fault Line? Kyler, I'm gonna make you my bitch. That's right. You no-talent piece of garbage. You don't win this time. I guarantee it. You know what, just to prove a point, I'm gonna kick the ever-living dog shit out of you throughout the entire arena. So get ready. Because at Fault Line, I want you to bring the very best that you have. Because when I beat you, I want no excuses, you redneck loser.
And here we go. Joe Storm goes up against Roy Price. Both men making their RCW debuts in a television championship qualifying match. We know the other 3 participants, as it'll be Tristan Sinister, Ryder Vex, and Chel Gonzalez, joined by the winner of this matchup here tonight.
I gotta tell you, Pat, not only is it nerve-wracking enough to be making your debut on a stage like this, but to have that stipulation, to have that goal, that prize for winning this match. What do you think the nerves are in this match for these 2 debuting stars?
That's a great question. It's always very difficult to make your debut on an honor show. Typically, you're going to see guys make their debuts on Fight Night in a situation where they really just have to worry about having a match, building up their momentum, and getting their spot on an honor card. But whenever you're put right into this position, right into an opportunity to go after a championship, that is the most pressure you can have in a debut.
I absolutely have to agree with you. Both of these guys were given the privilege to make their debuts on Honor. Right now, Roy Price with a beautifully placed knee right across the face.
Roy Price, another big knee to Joe Storm. Storm now with an elbow. Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, I'm sure neither of these two men really know too much about each other, so it's really just about giving it what you've got. There's not going to be much scouting going into this match. There's not going to be much, I know what you do, you know what I do. So it's really going to be throw your best shot and hope that it lands.
I do have to agree with you. There's not much for either of these guys to go off on. They just need to make an impact in this match. Right now, Joe Storm headed to the outside, circling the ring, looking to find his man. Not sure what he could be looking for.
Picking Price back to his feet. Price, of course, is the leader of the Certified Steppas, who we did see make their tag team debut last week in a failing effort against the Naughty List. So I'm sure Roy Price is going to want to turn his group around with a win tonight.
Well, absolutely. It's one thing to be making your debut. It's another thing to have a championship qualifier. And it's another thing to be leading a group of people, having people who depend on you to bring them into the spotlight, into greatness.
100%. A ton of pressure on Roy Price's shoulders, and you just gotta wonder how it's gonna hold up. Oh, Joe Storm running into the referee, running STO from Price.
I wonder if that was advertent or inadvertent.
You never know you just never know in RCW. Oh, counter from Storm. What's Storm looking for here? Impaler DDT.
And it looks like Roy Price is going to have to do some coping after that one.
Storm. Oh my God.
Oh, what a move. And butterfly swinging neckbreaker.
2, 3, and Joe Storm, just like that, advances to Fault Line. And here comes Noah White, new attitude for Noah White.
Not just a new attitude, Pat. Noah White has an all-new look. He has completely rejuvenated his career. He is looking to spawn the competition.
Well, whenever I asked Noah White about his new look, I asked him, what's going on? You shaved your beard, you cut your hair, and I mean, I don't know what this means. If he told me he was looks maxing, I don't know what that is.
Pat, you're such a sub-5 beta, sub-human, you would understand exactly what that means.
Well, I don't understand all this Gen Z bullshit.
You're a chud, Pat.
Whenever I asked Noah White how long it would take him to win against Yamamoto, he told me no more than 6 or 7 minutes. And that he said that's reaching it. And he said that's a reach. He told me more accurately, probably under 4 minutes. He saw what Hunter Andrews did on Fight Night. And he said, I'm going to top that tonight against my former friend in Yamamoto.
Look at this. Noah White is just height-mogging Yamamoto right now. God.
Well, part of the problem with Yamamoto that Noah White has is the fact that he said that he doesn't care about self-improvement. He said Yamamoto is probably fatter now than he was back in the day, and that's just a problem for him.
I mean, if you look in that ring, you look at Noah and you look at Yamamoto, it's pretty clear that Noah White is completely frame-hogging Yamamoto. And look at that kind of a different variation of a full-power moonsault there off the springboard.
Well, he actually told me he's now calling it the Mog Salt. It is no longer the full-power moonsault.
Noah White, there it is again.
You gotta think though, the what he now calls the Mog Salt has so much more torque than just a regular moonsault. He puts every single thing he has into it. He throws his entire body down with the torque of his legs, putting more power into that move.
It's because the Mog Salt mogs all other moonsaults, Pat.
And see, I don't. If you look right next to you, you know I'm an older man. What is mogging?
It's just, you know, the state of being better than another person. You know what I mean? Like I said, Pat, if you weren't such a cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller, you would get that.
And you're not making any sense. But Noah White, he's got this new attitude. He seems a lot more disrespectful, quite honestly. But for some reason, everybody in the RCW audience still seems to like him.
How could you hate him? I mean, you see a face that gorgeous, and what are you going to do? You going to boo him?
Well, you just heard somebody in the audience. She just screamed that she loves Noah White.
I love him too.
I had a conversation with somebody outside of the venue, and we were kind of talking about what Noah White said last week to Dan Lee, what Noah White said, and kind of his new attitude. And they were like, well, Noah White, he may be an asshole, but he's our asshole. And I mean, I guess that's the best way to describe the new attitude of Noah White.
Haters love Noah White, and right now Noah just kind of embarrassing Yamamoto. I honestly don't know if Yamamoto has gotten a single move in this match. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Noah White kind of just embarrassed Maxing.
Have you seen
Yamamoto.
the new Noah White merch?
I have seen the new Noah White merch.
I'll tell you, last week after Honor, the first thing I did when the show was over was go to the merch booth, and I bought my precious 3-year-old daughter her own Noah White shirt, and she wears it to school every day.
All right. Well, I actually heard that Noah White merchandise is sold out tonight at RCW Honor. So if
Look
you
at
would
this.
like, oh, what a muscle buster!
Oh, call that the Mog Buster. I just busted all over the place.
And now
There
a
it
Mog
is.
Salt
Mog
by
Salt.
Noah White. Cover on Yamamoto 2, 3, and Noah White absolutely embarrassing Yamamoto on RCW Honor. Just look at this. Noah White throughout that entire match just toyed with Yamamoto. He embarrassed him. He threw him outside of the ring numerous times, just waiting for him to get up, just for him to toss him around again. Finally puts Yamamoto out of his misery with that muscle buster and the Mog Salt for the 1, 2, 3.
I'm signing on a new lease. No
White
cooks, no
is a
keys,
changed
models
man.
with the nosebleeds.
Tonight,
Gold beads,
he
like a
has
marathon,
absolutely
party till I'm
logged
50. Wake up
Yamamoto.
on my marathon, no cop till out to get me. Sipping on a mixed drink, pinky out, lips pink.
Oh, and
Talking to
Noah
a
White.
skank filled up like a sperm bank. Where I always go, drinks around the house, whiskey's on the rocks, while your
this.
sister's on my mouth.
People love him, Pat.
Oh, what the? What the hell? Oh my god!
Oh! What
Dan
the
Lee
hell?
heard everything Noah White had to say last week,
No.
and Dan Lee decided to do something about it.
Somebody's got to stop this. Dan Lee's gonna break Noah White's perfect face. Oh!
I think he's power mogging Noah White right now.
He's destroying Noah White. He's gonna bust his hunter eyes and give it a negative Canthal tilt. It's over.
Damn, this is the man that was talking all that shit? You was real loud a minute ago, Noah. Now look at you. Stretched out. Can't move. Can't fight back. Just another body under Dan Lee's feet. You really thought you was built for this? Thought you was gonna step up, make a name for yourself by taking on my client? You ain't built for this pressure. You ain't built for this pain. You damn sure ain't built for a man like him. But I give you this. You got guts. Stupid guts. But guts nonetheless. Cause after being like this, you start here wanting more? Dan Lee accepts your challenge at Fault Line. And it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be fair. It's gonna be the same thing you just got, but worse. No rules, no mercy, just you getting broken all over again. You wanted a moment? You wanted the spotlight? Congratulations. Now the whole world gets to watch you get your ass beat just how you are now. You don't think this is just a one-time thing. Nah, this is your new reality. Every time you step up, every time you say his name, this is what is waiting for you. The match off Fault Line will be a no disqualifications match. Just so you can come to the realization that you can't fuck with somebody like Dan Lee. At Fault Line, Dan Lee don't just beat you. He ends whatever hype you had left.
And it is time for the main event. Freedom Walker will finally get his hands on Jacob Williams.
And this is a moment that Clarence Walker has been waiting for weeks since Rebirth. Tonight is the night that we can put the microphones away, we can put the words to rest, and these two guys are going to let fists fly, bring the action in our main event.
And Jacob Williams was not happy on social media when this match was announced. Jacob came out and said, I did not approve of this. I did not ask for this match. Jacob wanted to fight Freedom on his time. Well, he calls him Clarence, but I gotta agree with Jacob. Jacob Williams did not sign a contract. He did not sign a dotted line to face Clarence tonight. And honestly, Jacob just wanted to be done with Clarence Freedom Walker after what he felt was evening out everything that happened between them.
Well, there was no way that this rivalry could have been expelled right there. These two guys need to get their hands on each other. There is so much bad blood between the two. And right now, the main event of Honor is the perfect time. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, if Jacob is ready for this match. Because guess what? Freedom has had just about as much time to prepare for this match as Jacob has. He needs to stop whining and get ready for a fight, because Clarence Freedom Walker is gonna bring it tonight.
And here come Jacob's hurt. Jacob's hurt. Jacob doesn't look like he can compete tonight. Oh, but
Holding his arm.
what a nice guy in Jacob Williams. Jacob found a replacement to face Clarence Freedom Walker tonight, since he is clearly in no position to compete tonight. And that I'm getting word that his name is Matthias, who will be going one-on-one with Freedom tonight, and this two big men is going ham.
Look at this. I'm not sure what Jacob could have done to his arm, but, you know, as it stands, Jacob's not able to compete. Unfortunately, he's not able to compete. And at least he has found a replacement so that we can get some main event action tonight.
Oh, and just look at that. these two just very evened out right now.
Clarence Walker now sending him off the ropes. No, all the way to the outside, excuse me.
Clarence. You can see the frustration as Clarence just paces around the ring. He was ready to get his hands on Jacob Williams tonight, but now he's going to have to wait.
If you're Freedom, man, you have to be livid. I mean, everything that Jacob Williams has done these past few weeks, everything that these two guys have done in this rivalry, and he finally gets the opportunity to get his hands on Jacob for them to have a match. And this is not what he signed up for. He was not prepared this morning to fight Matthias.
And I'm getting word from the RCW commissioner that if Clarence Freedom Walker wins tonight, Jacob Williams will be forced to face Clarence at Fault Line. And if Jacob doesn't compete, then he would be suspended indefinitely from RCW. Management in RCW is not believing this injury, but Jacob Williams is refusing to sign the dotted line without the stipulation that Freedom has to win tonight.
Well, Jacob must feel very confident in his hand-picked replacement, Matthias.
Oh my God!
I have to say, Matthias has been bringing the fight in tonight's main event. He is making a great showing against Freedom Walker.
Clarence, ducking out of the way of that double axe hand, yeah, it looked like kind of a double axe handle.
I have to say, Pat,
Falling
this
power
match
bomb.
This match has become absolutely must win for Freedom. If he wants to get his hands on Jacob, he has to pick up the victory tonight.
Big forearm by Clarence. Jumping over the rope. Big kick by Freedom. Diving.
Flipping senton.
Yeah. Freedom, big moonsault, but Matthias gets the knees up. Big lariat. Now got him to his feet. What's he looking for here? Uh-oh. Looking for a gotch neutralizer. Drops him on his face.
Just neutralized Freedom. That could be it.
1, 2, no. Well, apparently, I'm hearing Matthias, that neutralizer, he calls it the baptism. Just looking to cleanse Freedom. He wasn't able to there. Well, Freedom.
I got Freedom.
The Freedom DDT from Clarence Walker. Cover now.
DDT.
1, 2, no.
That DDT will set you free, but tonight it's not enough to put Matthias down.
Freedom kick to the leg of Matthias again and again. Freedom running off the ropes, getting some head of steam. Big boot to the face of Matthias. Once again, Freedom.
Although this isn't what Freedom was prepared for tonight, he has done a great job adapting to the circumstances, staying on top of this match.
Freedom just trying to make a comeback against Matthias, but Matthias has just been on top of him this entire time. No matter what happens, this has been a very impressive debut for Matthias against Clarence Walker tonight.
Play strikes, Matthias sent off the ropes, into the turnbuckle.
Freedom. Big drop kick to the side of the head. Oh, Matthias though right to his feet.
Up.
Ducking. Oh my God, just swatting him out of the air.
Think about what it could do for Matthias if in his debut in the main event of Honor, if he could beat Freedom Walker, who is a former Heritage champ, what that could do to kickstart his career in RCW.
Big side slam there by Matthias, and you're right. Especially with the return of the Heritage Championship coming after RCW Fault Line, you gotta think that could even earn him like a bye in that tournament if he's able to beat one of the former champions.
absolutely. Oh,
White
look at that
noise.
air raid crash.
And just beating on the back of Clarence Freedom Walker.
It's just watching Freedom.
And Freedom's just, he's had his little spurts, but Matthias has really dominated a lot of this match. Oh my god. Just turning Freedom inside out. And a senton. Just taking all of the wind out of Freedom. Now Matthias calling him to his feet. Uh-oh.
Here it is.
Crucifix powerbomb. Cover now. 1, 2. No. And he can't believe it. Matthias just hammering away at Freedom.
Shots to the back. Dare I say back shots.
Taking him to his feet again.
Uh-oh. Looking to neutralize Freedom one more time.
Oh my goodness. Once again. This has got to be it for Freedom. Once again, that crucifix power bomb. 1, 2.
Oh! Freedom!
Freedom Walker kicks out and Matthias can't believe it.
He's going for another
Covering
pin.
him again. Once again, a kick out from Walker. Just the more and more he goes for the pinfall, the sooner and sooner Freedom able to kick out. Giving him that chance kind of to recover, just continuously attempting these pinfalls. Oh, Matthias.
Freedom! Oh, man.
Just getting squished in the corner.
Sandwiched. Freedom may have gotten the shoulder up, but he has...
Uh-oh.
He has not been the same. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Freedom DDT. In a Freedom driver.
Freedom.
But not going for the pin.
Is free.
Looking now possibly for another one. A second Freedom driver. Cover. 1, 2, 3.
Freedom got him.
And Freedom has earned the right now to face Jacob Williams at RCW Fault Line. We thank you all for tuning in to RCW Honor, and we will see you next week for Fault Line.